Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you are having a great day. Today's story includes cheating, toxic family, betrayal, grief, negligent parents, and wedding drama. Let's start. Am I the idiot for not going to the wedding of my dad and his affair partner? By Top Travel 7135. When I was 17, my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. 2 years later she passed away. During these 2 years, my dad was not around much. He was always working and going on business trips. My aunt and grandma took care of mom. About 5 months after my mother's passing, my dad introduced me to his new girlfriend. I was pissed. I yelled at him, how quickly he moved on from mom, when they decided to tell me they had been in a relationship for 3 years. My dad had been cheating on my mom while she was dying. His business trips were to meet his affair partner. I was so angry. I packed my stuff and left his house. I haven't spoken to him since that day. Currently, I am 25, and the only family I speak to is an aunt, who helped me when I left my dad's house. A few days ago, my aunt called me, asked me how I was and then asked me if I heard from dad. I said why would I hear from him again. My aunt said dad is getting married to his affair partner, and by going to his wedding it would help us mend our relationship. I said, why would I do that? He is dead to me. There was a silence on the phone for a bit, before my dad replied, asking if that's what I felt about him. I immediately cut the call when I heard his voice. I realized he was with my aunt when she made the call to me. I texted my aunt telling her I asked her not to tell dad anything about me and she agreed back then. She texted me back saying I was an a-hole for saying what I said, and my dad is crushed hearing that and that I should move on by now. I did not want to argue with someone who helped me, so I blocked her. Over the next 2 days, I got a wedding invitation to my mailbox. The only person in the family who knew my address was my aunt, and she gave my number to various members of the family. Oh my God. I am being bombarded with calls and texts from dad, uncles, cousins, aunts, saying I should give him a chance and come to the wedding. Some called me names for saying what I said. I got a text from the affair partner saying my dad is thinking of postponing the wedding, and I should just talk to him. For context, the affair partner was a friend of my mom and knew she had cancer. These people are the worst. I said it's not my fault if he postpones the wedding. I don't want to have a relationship with dad or her, and they are trying to force it. It got quiet after that, but being told by so many people from my dad's side, I am an a-hole did leave me conflicted, but I am sticking to my guns. So, am I the idiot? OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the a-hole. The action I took is, I am sticking to my guns and not going to the wedding and not having a relationship with dad and affair partner. Why it might make me an a-hole is because it has been 6 years since I cut contact, and it is plenty of time to move on from. Your aunt violated your trust, and the rest of your family needs to be cut off too. Yeah, I have blocked 39 numbers. But what my aunt did really made me sad. I genuinely thought she cared for me. It feels like there is a catch here, for them to want to reach out now and not years ago. Actually, I thought about this too. And I think you may be right, because I got some texts like, it's a son's duty to take care of his father, and, your future kids would want their grandfather in their life. On OP's safety. I am in the process of changing my number and updating contacts. As for where I live, it's a pretty secure apartment. You can only come in after me or someone buzz you in, then you have to write down your name with security, and the elevator works with a key fob only. I am hoping that I don't have to move, but keeping my options open if it escalates. Oh my God, what a bunch of a-holes. These people are the worst. No, you're not the idiot, you don't have to forgive your father, and you don't have to move on. I think it's time to go no contact with your aunt as well. I know it sucks to basically go no contact with your entire family, but I think it's time, since they have no respect for your boundaries. Also, I'm so sorry, your dad is a cheating liar piece of shit, who is marrying a cheating liar piece of shit backstabbing friend. I'm sorry that they did all that to your dying mom, and I'm sorry for everything you've been through. No one can tell you that it is time to move on. I don't care how much time has passed, you are the one who decides if you want that, if you want to forgive your dad and if you want him back into your life. No one is allowed to make that choice for you. Also, moving on from something or someone doesn't mean you have to forgive. just that you were able to overcome the suffering that the person or situation caused you. It means that the bad thing that they did to you is not causing damage in your life anymore, at least not constant, but that doesn't mean you forgive them or want them back into your life. They cheated on your mom, but also betrayed you, and you have every right to want distance from them. It's your right and people need to respect that. I don't know if they are horrible people in general, but they were to you and your mom, and whoever agrees to them are also a-holes, or don't know the whole story. Also, I really hope your aunt is actually your sister's father, because if she's your maternal aunt, I don't even want to begin to think about what kind of relationship she and your mom had. So, I know it sucks to hear all things from, quote, family, but still, you are not the idiot and you are not in the wrong for not wanting these people in your life. Also, if anyone ends up stalking you or something, like going to your home, or not stopping bothering you, calling you, texting you, report to the police. I don't care if they are, quote, family, if you don't feel safe, report them. And what do you guys think about this situation? What would you do if you were OP? What advice would you give OP on how to deal with the family? Do you think it's time for OP to move on? Do you think the aunt was right to give OP's phone number and address to the father? Do you think OP's overreacting by going no contact with him? Or do you think OP is right? And what about the future stepmother, aka affair partner, calling OP? What would you have done if you had answered that call? I don't know if I would be as polite as OP, lol. And what do you guys think? Don't forget to leave your thoughts down below. Now let's read what the comments say, before going to the update. Not the idiot, block all of them, including your aunt, change your number. If you can move without telling anyone, do it, because they're going to show up in person to confront you next. Get some security cameras in case someone tries to go nuts, like trying to force their way into your home. They're all horrible people. Your dad and his affair partner are the worst. Both were close to your mom and did this to her. Ask the affair partner what she would do if she got cancer and he did the same to her. Actually, don't bother, don't engage any of them, don't feel guilty, you're doing the right thing. Stand up for yourself, everyone here supports you. Not the idiot, your dad cheated on your mom while she was dying, and now the whole family is upset. You've calmly expressed how you feel about it by cutting your dad out and not attending the wedding. Your aunt also violated your trust by giving your contact information out without your consent. I'd say cut the whole family out at this point. Not the idiot, tell your father you are treating him like he treated your dying mother. Block everyone who tries to tell you how to feel, move on and don't look back. Not the idiot, it's not wrong of your other family members to be open to a relationship with your dad, but it is wrong of them to force you to have one with him. You have every right to have no contact with him, and I think your reasoning is totally understandable. Sending you love, it sounds like a shit situation. If they're not being quiet about it, then neither should you. Reply to each and every one of them with the same message. How your dad and his affair partner treated your mother at the end of her life, and that you will never forgive, nor forget that you don't want to be any part of it, and if they can't respect that, then they can lose your phone number. I sent a text to all 39 numbers who called or texted me, detailing what dad did and blocked all of them. I don't care for their responses. And what about you guys? What do you think about the comments? Do you agree with them? Don't forget to leave your thoughts down below. Now let's go to the first update. Update, am I the idiot for not going to the wedding of my dad and his affair partner? A bit less than 1 month later. Hello, first I want to thank all who commented on the first post and all who messaged me. It really helped me stick with my decision to not go to the wedding. I wanted to update earlier, but it's been pretty hectic with work. So, after the many texts and calls from multiple family members, I sent a text to all the numbers detailing what dad did and why I chose to be no contact with him. I then blocked all the numbers. I changed my number, but kept the old number in a separate phone to collect evidence if they start to harass me from random numbers. But luckily nothing happened, and I thought that was that. A week or so after that, my aunt's fiancé came to my apartment. He knows what time I get off work and was waiting for me in the parking lot. I was apprehensive, but he assured me he only wanted to talk. And according to him, the text I sent has caused a shitstorm in that family. He told me that some of the cousins who did not know what happened in the past started to question Dad and affair partner, and they started to get defensive and deny it, but someone revealed that it was true. This has caused a massive argument within the family, with some cousins pulling out of the wedding. Dad wanted to postpone the wedding so he can talk to me, but the affair partner threatened to leave him if he did that. The news of what Dad and affair partner did also reached some of their friends, who were at one point friends of my mom as well. Some of them have also pulled out of the wedding, and this caused the affair partner to have a breakdown and started banning from the wedding anyone who brings it up, including family members. According to Aunt's fiancé, she is blaming this all on me, says I did this intentionally. Of course she is what narcissistic, selfish people do. I laughed at that. The wedding is still somehow happening. I asked him about my aunt and how all this started, and he said all he knows is that there was a conversation of how bad the family would look if I wasn't at the wedding, and that my aunt offered to call me. He said that he disagreed, but she did it anyway. He said that he is only here because he felt I needed to know what happened. I thanked him, but said I will be going completely no contact with her, and by extension him as well. He agreed, wished me well and left. I am not going to lie and say I am completely okay. I miss my aunt, I miss my mom, but I know what I did was the right thing. I am currently staying with my girlfriend, and she has been cheering me up by coming up with absurd ways to ruin the wedding. As a lot of you said, I should try therapy, and I am going to take that advice. Some of the comments have made me realize that I have bottled up a lot of grief and anger. I am super nervous about it, but I also feel it'll do me good. So, once again, thank you for all your comments and advice, ciao. Honestly, I want to know what some of these ideas are. One last nail in the coffin would be nice. Here's an idea. OP could show up to the wedding and object to it, use the nasty details of the affair to make the case. It'd be perfect. The very first idea she came up with was, let's go to the landfill and catch some rats, then let's release them at the wedding. It got progressively worse from that. LOL. Obviously this is just for fun, and I have no intention of going anywhere near that wedding, but reading some of the ideas here is giving me a good laugh. Well OP, I'm sorry you felt the need to go no contact with your aunt, since she doesn't respect your boundaries anymore. That's very sad. But now, at least you know that some people finally found out the truth about how your dad and affair partner got together, and they are finally having the backlash they deserve, even if it was so many years later. Now they also realize why you went no contact with him. Regarding the wedding, F it, if they are going to postpone or not, it's not your problem. And thank goodness, you have people that still care about you, like your girlfriend. At least you have a good support system. And yes, I do think you should start therapy to work on yourself, not so you can forgive him and have him back into your life, but for you to heal and have a better life. Good luck OP. Oh, and I hope you are enjoying the video so far. If so, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications to know when a new video is out. Now let's go to the last update. Update, am I the idiot for not going to the wedding of my dad and his affair partner? 1 year later. Hello, I don't know if I'm doing this right, but I logged in today and saw a lot of messages asking me what happened and how I'm doing. I wasn't sure if I should write this or if anyone would even see it, because I don't know if I am doing it right, but here it goes. For everyone asking what happened at the wedding, I don't know much. All I know is that they got married. No one from that family contacted me since then, and I didn't go asking around either. I am at peace with it. As for me, things are different now. First, I want to thank everyone who reached out and asked how I've been holding up. Your kindness means more than I can put into words. I'm getting better, slowly, though the journey hasn't been easy. A lot has changed since my last update. I'm single now and have moved to a new city. My ex, who I'll call Mia, and I separated about 4 months after my last post. We celebrated 2 years together in March and talked about our future, but I was a mess. Therapy started well, but I quickly realized just how many unresolved issues I had bottled up from losing my mom. I was struggling emotionally, crying at random, worrying for some effed up thoughts that I might somehow turn into my dad, and spiraling with fears I couldn't control. Mia had dreams of marriage and kids, and I knew I wasn't in the right place to give her the future she deserved. It would have been very selfish of me to ask her to stay until I got better. We had a long, honest talk, lots of tears, and ultimately decided to part ways. It wasn't easy, but it was the best decision for both of us. Mia and I still cared for each other deeply, and she, along with my friends, checked on me every day after the breakup. I wasn't left to face things alone, and for that, I'm so grateful. In July, I was offered the chance to move to the head office of my company in another city. After discussing it with my therapist, I decided it would be a good opportunity to change my surroundings and start fresh. In September, I made the move. My best friend used 25 days of his 30-day holiday to help me pack, move, and settle in. I can't overstate how much that meant to me. I have incredible friends. Since then, I've been taking things one day at a time. The new office has been amazing. Everyone was so welcoming, which was a big relief, since I'd been anxious about starting over somewhere new. I now attend online therapy sessions twice a week, and grief counseling in person here. It's been helping a lot. I'm in a much better headspace than I was before, though I still don't feel ready to date again. For now, I'm focusing on my career and on continuing to heal. Once again, thank you to everyone who has supported me, whether through messages or just by caring enough to check in. It means the world. Ciao. I am so glad to hear you are doing better. I have thought of you often since you posted here the first time, and I am so glad to see your update. Keep up the good work, and things can only go up from here. Life will get better and easier, and bring more things worth celebrating along the way. Keep us posted with your progress going forward. So glad you're doing better and getting better. When you are ready to date again, I think you should look Mia up if she's still available. She sounds like a good one. I'm happy to hear you're going to therapy and working on yourself. Dealing with what your family put you through would be tough on anyone. Hopefully the new year brings nothing but good things. Well, I'm glad you're better, OP. I'm glad that therapy is working out for you, and that you were able to identify your issues and work on them. Unfortunately, this ended up damaging a relationship that was so important to you, with someone you loved. It's sad, but I understand. When you start looking at damages from the past, it can end up affecting the good things in your present. I hope this change is for the best for you, and that you are able to continue working to improve the issues of your past, to better handle the situations of the present and future. And who knows, when you are ready, maybe you and your ex might try again later. Good luck, OP. And that's it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time.